Guys, getting started here with 40 Smith & Wesson. Starting to decap and deprime all this old brass of mine. And what do you know? Using the Lee hand press with a set of Lee dies. Small little bucket of 40 guys. Just an old M&M jar. Well, jar Royal King chocolate almonds, actually. Also get the Lehman multi-tool for reloading. There. Filling, deburring, and bucket cleaner. Got a stack of 40 that I already did up already. Those are all deprimed right there in size. They just need to be case mounts done and pockets done. Get the Lee trimmer. A great yogurt thing to separate out the nickel brass. Use a federal nickel. Using a Parkland bucket. Did at Walmart for a year for my regular brass that I already did. This has been sized, deprimed, and case mounts done. Pockets cleaned already. So we can get to this, guys. Get some of this done tonight. But other than that, that's it. That's simple, guys. Anybody getting never use one of these? It's just boom boom. I use arm strength. You can use your knee. But that case that won't fit. That's that case that doesn't fit. It is bent on the bottom of the rim. Let me go and reject stuff. One good thing about this process, the carbide dies, doesn't take much. Film, plus it holds the primers internally of it, inside of the RAM. You can dump easily. It don't take a lot of space up. So you watch TV, watch YouTube, do whatever. Just sit here and bang out brass as you go. Makes it easy just to bang out a few. And a few guys, so you use your knee, you can just like that. Put your knee, just do it. Gives you a little bit more leverage for your bigger calibers, bigger cases, but this small little stuff here, say 40 Smith & Wesson, 9mm, your 38s. done 243s, 338s, and stuff. Good set dies the way through. I've reloaded full 243 rounds on this thing. I even loaded my first set of 300 blackouts off of this. Other than that, I think I didn't do a size to keep the bullets with it. Use a small tin. Spent primers, just like that. Easiest way to dump it. Again, the hand press with carbide dies. Makes quick work. Some quick work. Not too long I did that much. Like I said, just sitting here cleaning some grass. There's tons of videos on YouTube how to use this little trimmer. Different ways from using it by hand or a drill gun. This tool here, I have a few of my videos already using this tool. It's a great little tool. If you don't get a case prep machine, so you also get mess guys. Got a bunch of hunting clothes piled up. Do got a Lee C press here. Got this one from good friend Mark MCK. Just not using this one for depriming and decapping. I was going to use it, but I need to order myself a thing from the Reloaders Network to use this for depriming. Right now, I'm just using this guy to do my depriming work, so I don't hit primers all over the floor. For anybody wanting to know why I'm not using the C-Press. And guys, that little stack right there is deprimed and resized. Also, these ones been desized, deprimed. Also, and I ran them through the case checker. So these ones are good to go. Still only got one piece of nickel. And that, these ones here, I'll run back through the Lee drawer just to make sure they're okay. The Lehman multi-tool sitting here. And bit for it, what I use for cleaning pockets out. This guy's stuff that's been mixed shot, guys. This stuff's from my Ruger SR40. See? Also, some of this has been shot between two different MMPs. MP Smith & Wesson MMP 40 full size, MP 40 compact. And some of this I got from Tim S. I'm not sure what he was shooting before he Smith & Wesson out of, or they might have been range pickups that he sent over. But so guys, just going through them. As you notice, that bucket's pretty much empty, guys. And it got pretty much torn down with just that little hand press. Knocked that thing down from being about that full, beginning of the video, down to about that in a matter of a couple hours. It's gonna go on about midnight here, guys, so we're gonna get it back on this another day. Probably tomorrow night I'll finish that little spit up really quick. We'll start sorting for all these for 40. And we'll talk to you then. Second day, guys. So here, sitting back in the chair, doing some depriming and resizing of 40 Smith & Wesson brass I got. You can tell, still using a little Lee hand press. Got a Hornady case gauge. That's some of the ones I just did earlier. A little while ago. I'm off and on, just taking a break. Still, good old Lehman case prep hand tool. Lee case trimmer. And that's what I got about left. Of my bucket pre-fired from me and my brother, and some from TMS. He sent a little small box over full of them a while ago. You know, now, that's what I did last night. That is all deprimed, desized. Just needs run to the trimmer, grease trimmer, and cleaned up. This bucket here, yogurt containers, all deprimed, resized, case mounts are taken care of, and pockets. Their primers are all cleaned out by hand. Enough for maybe 1 or 2 mags here. You can tell plenty of work to go around. Plan on setting this guy up here, the C-press, for resizing. Why don't I go ahead and do Walters since they're already deprimed. I'll just run them through really quick on that one right there and knock them out. Before, like this little guy, I'm just depriming just because it's all internal, keeps all the primers inside, and I just throw them in the bucket, get rid of them. I don't have to worry about that mess. Primers. End of that bucket, guys. It's the last bit of that brass. Just finished resizing it with a hand press. For the case chair. Don't you worry. Found some more pieces of 40 brass right there in that box. This one's brass is clean, guys. Deprimed. Chambered deburred. Case pockets cleaned out. Well, that 40 brass is ready to be reloaded. Hey guys, I'm just working on more 40 Smith & Wesson brass. Cleaning pockets up, power pockets up, and cleaning up, and chamfering, deburring, and resizing. Cut my pocket tool, put it in the Lehman multi-tool. The other part sitting here, I'll flip back that to one piece here when I go to do them. Lee case trimmer, still from Hornady case check gauge. These ones here are done, they just need deburred and dechambered. See, they're all different head stamps, guys. There's a mix of Spear, Hornady, Federal, and Jester. Federal, they're a little mix. Here's the last batch I gotta do. Goes in that bucket. Set up my press, my C press, with my die to run off Alder's brass to resize this stuff. This stuff has already been cleaned. Pockets are nice and clean because he tumbled them through water and pins and stuff, so they're all nice and shiny. They just need to be ran back through and resized. All those ran through the case checker in the driller, and we touched them up, all the pockets up. Let's reset the tool up for both ends. Shaping and deburring. This case here, I almost rejected it. Had a hard time. My case checker going inside of it would stick. Ran it back for the press a couple times. Made it a little bit easier. So I went back, deburred it and chambered it, and now case cage goes fine. Just needed to get. Let's point out, this one was another one of those ones that stuck really bad. If you can see that neck, my camera really focuses. Got a little bit of a dent in it and a little bit of burr in it. Like I said before, all this stuff came from a different gun. Some of this stuff's my brass, was shot from my 40 from Ruger. Some of this was shot through a full size MMP, and some of it was shot through an MMP compact. And I got some of this from Tim S. I can't remember what he said he was shooting some of this 40 through, or if it was just range pickup. And I know a guy at the range gave me some 40 also. So some might have been in that brass, because this stuff's got a mix of head stamps. Usually us, we shoot Remingtons or Winchesters for the most part here, between me and my brother, so we shoot some Hornady. Goes through a lot easier, guys. When I first did it, was a struggle. That time I cleaned it up. Again, guys, you've never seen this? It's the Lehman multi-tool tool for case preps. This video is not sponsored by Lehman. Just one tool I like from Lehman. Works really good. Easy way to do it is 2 or 3 of them at a time. Especially doing pistol. If you're on a budget, this works. It's just really cheap compared to a case prep machine. what these are. They're under $20. So, average guy reloading, buy this, maybe sets of things from Lee. You're in business for case prep on the cheap. I think RCS has their own version of this, but what's nice about this one is they give you little tools with it for cleaning pockets out, reaming out pockets. All in one. And that's why I use it. Another day. I'm on the 40 Smith & Wesson trail, and we finally got all that brass prepped that I had in that container. My container is now full, or not full, but working on filling it. But all this is prepped. This is all the pockets are cleaned, and all the brass has been deep primed, resized, all the pockets cleaned out. This brass has been washed, and all the case necks have been deburred and chamfered. I'm going to go ahead and show you that, guys. That's a good bit there. It's all mixed, sorted out, like some people do by head stamp, but it's 40 Smith & Wesson, but I had 3 or 4 I think I had 3 throwaways in the batch that I didn't want to trust the cases on. Bent necks and bent cases and different stuff, but it's a mix of my brass, my brother's brass, and mix a little bit of brass from, I think Mark Thomas gave me some 40 brass, and I got some brass from Tim S. So it's a good bit of brass in there. It's clean, ready to go, ready to run. That is Walter's brass here. Just gonna run it back through the C press. It's just to resize it, and I'll touch up the necks on it. But other than that, like I said before in the beginning of the video, that's so super clean. When you're reloading on a small press with that, sometimes you end up with that when the press moves. Resizing 40 Smith & Wesson. It's already been sized once and cleaned. This is Walter's brass here. I was running it back for my die, just to resize really quick, and boom. Got about that much done so far. Just watching the auto show on Motor Trend and listening to the live chat for Georgia Shooting Convention. AC press. Little computer desk. That's a big batch of Walter's brass just resized. That's the other half of it there. He decapped it, cleaned it, and resized it. I'm just resizing on my press really quick. To my die spec, but that's all. Alright. Trying out that data for CFE pistol, 200 grain, ACMs, round nose, powder coated bullets, and Hornet XTP 200 grains. Watch, I won't load 200 grain XTPs probably. And it was just on that file when I went to print out that 200 grain CFE for hardcast. This is a thing I got from CW. He sent this over for 40 Smith & Wesson on hardcast. Well, manual I don't have, so It's nice to have that data for 740. I'll leave it there, guys. We'll get back to you guys on another video. As always, love everyone and be 2A strong. Please leave a like, a follow, share it with a friend if they're in the 40 Smith & Wesson, and we'll either see you reloading, hunting, or in the kitchen.